something which looks like okay, just consider this as a gateway. This is called internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway. Any traffic which will come from the public, right, outside of this VPC, it will come through this internet gateway. Okay, and I have one more thing that I want to show you, and that is called NAT. Okay, so let's say that here in the public subnet I have a NAT. Okay, which what it will do is, this is just consider it as a NAT. Okay, the diagram is not so accurate, but just for your understanding, this is a NAT. Okay, so Monica, can you tell us what is NAT? Actually, you have studied subnet and all, so if you have any idea, you can tell. Otherwise, it's okay.
NAT, I don't have idea. Internet gateway, I have the idea. VPC, I have the idea.
Okay.
Public subnet or private subnet, I have idea. NAT, I don't have.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So we will explain net. What is net? Okay.
Okay.
So VPC is what?
Virtual private network, you can say.
Virtual private cloud. Okay.
Cloud.
So it's a private network which you can use for your own public application, own private application. Okay. Let's say that you want to deploy a application. So you should not use the default VPC which is available in the uh, AWS, because whenever we deploy an application, you get a IP address for that application, right? Let's say you created a EC2, then what you will get? You will get IP address for that EC2. Okay, like the private IP address. Okay, so that private IP address belongs to a subnet. Okay, the subnet, it will belong to a subnet, some private subnet, and that subnet belong to a VPC. So everything which we create in AWS, most of the things belongs to a VPC. Okay, so till now whatever demo we saw, right, we were using a default VPC. Okay, so today what we are going to do, we are going to create these subnets, private public subnets, private subnets, and then internet gateway and VPC, and we will see how to send a traffic from outside. Let's say somebody is sitting here and this person want to send a traffic to a application which is deployed here or here, how we can send it. Okay, so that we are
So
going
our
to.
EC2 is will be EC2 will be inside the VPC, is a private cloud, and EC2 we have multiple instance of EC2, and it will be divide, means each instance will be divide each other, means it will not interact with each other by subnet. The division will be correct.
No, Monica, actually what will happen here is, what we are going to show today is, we will create a EC2 instance. First we create VPC, pubnets, subnets, internet gateway, everything we'll create, and then we'll create a EC2 instance, a Unix virtual machine. Okay, we will deploy one application and we'll see, we'll try accessing it from the outside. Okay,
Okay.
so this is what we are trying to do today. Okay,
Okay.
and then we can do one more demo if we get time. We'll deploy we create a EC2 in the private subnet, and we'll try to send a request outside to this VPC from that private subnet. Okay,
Theoretically, last time we have discussed about the subnet.
no, we have not discussed.
Okay.
So till now anything which is confusing you can ask, because see, if you understand this diagram, and what is subnet? Subnet is like a set of IP address which we can use. Okay, like public subnet means those IP addresses which are accessible from the outside world, outside of this VPC. Private subnet means which cannot be accessible from outside of this VPC. Okay, which is very private, which cannot interact to the outside internet. Okay, Okay, so that is called
Uh,
all those IP addresses are private subnet.
uh,
Okay,
okay.
so clear for everyone? Anyone needs
So
more clarification?
what would be the generic example of public subnet?
You can think like, see, we are not from networking, but in general, for your understanding, you can think like if you have 16 IP addresses, 4 IP you are putting it here, 4 IP you are putting here, 4 IP you are putting here, 4 IP you are putting here. Let's say in your office, let's say you are working for some ABC company, okay, and in your office, your machine, your personal machine where you are working, that is a part of this private subnet. Okay,
Okay.
that's a real time example, that is a part of that private subnet. So
Uh,
what we can say, if I want to send a request to your machine that which is in this private subnet, I can't send it, right?
uh,
Because it's inside the private network of the company, correct?
uh, uh.
But you are sending a request to Google and you are able to get the response. How that is possible?
Public because it's part of public subnet that
No,
Gmail
no,
and
no,
all
no.
what they.
Your application, your system is only a private subnet, because if it's a public subnet, others can also access it from outside, right?
Uh.
Then why, how you are able to access Google from your public machine, your private machine, private subnet? So you understood one example of private subnet? The machine on
Yeah.
which you work, right? That is one example of a machine which belongs to a private subnet.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. So, any explanation on why your private subnet machine, which is belongs to a private subnet, how it's able to access a web page like Google or some other web page, how it's able to access, and why? And you can see some web pages you won't be able to access, that will be blocked. So
That will
how,
be blocked by firewall, no?
so how that is working actually? Can anyone can explain?
By group policies or network policies.
Yeah, that is true by network policies, but how? Any idea?
Means like प्राइवेट सबनेट में कुछ रूल्स डिफाइन मतलब जो पॉलिसी या रूल्स डिफाइन होते
See,
होंगे कि इस तरीके क्या है.
rules are very clear. Any machine which belongs to this private subnet will not be able to access anything which is on the internet, with anything which is public. Okay? So the rule is how it works, because just like here we have a NAT, right? Network address translation. We call NAT as network address translation. Okay, you can see the full form in Google also, try. But as I remember, it's called network address translation. So what happens is, when we send a request to this, okay, this private subnet from your machine, when you are sending a request, you cannot directly hit Google. It will go to this NAT type of forward proxy, that is called forward proxy. Forward proxy means it's a proxy for any request which is going forward. Okay, so there will be one proxy. Okay, that proxy will belong to a public subnet. See, this proxy is in a public subnet. You are sending a request to Google, it is going from here, it is going to this. Okay, once it will reach here, your this forward proxy, what it will do, through this, if it's allowed for through this, it will go to the outside internet, and then it will get a response. Response will come here, and through this you will get a response. You got it? Is it clear or not clear?
One more time.
Okay, see, this is your machine. You are working in ABC company. Your machine belongs to this private subnet. This private subnet is having 4 laptop. One is for you, one is for me, and for other 5. Okay, let's say 4 or 5 network laptop is having, and this subnet is having 4 IP addresses. Okay, so 4 laptops. Okay, and we are working in this private subnet. So we are working for one office, let's say ABC. So what can happen is, our internal network our internal machine nobody can access from outside, that is for sure. Okay, just point to be noted, nobody can access our machine from outside. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
that is clear
Yes.
now. But you can access outside resources like Google or something else, correct?
Yeah.
From your laptop you are able to access, correct? So
Yeah.
what happen is, the way this is designed is, when you send a request from your machine it will go to a proxy. Clear
Okay.
till here?
Yeah.
That proxy will be in the public subnet.
Okay.
Now when you're sending a request to Google, it is going to this forward proxy, which here in our use case it's a NAT. It can be different for your public, for your office, but it's a type of forward proxy. Okay, so it is going here. Okay,
Okay.
from here it will go to the outside world.
Okay.
This machine cannot directly access, this machine cannot directly access, but it can access through this.
Okay.
Okay, and once you will get a response from Google, it will come here and then it will come here.
So,
Okay,
Yes.
yes, you can ask.
So public subnet is just like working as a proxy, right?
Not public subnet is working as a proxy. In the public subnet we have a NAT which is working as a forward proxy. In this
Okay.
public subnet we have a forward proxy installed here. You can think like as a server which is forwarding your proxy. Okay, got it? Not clear? Okay, I will try to explain again. Okay, let's see that you have a 4 bhk, you have this your one room, these rooms are private, okay, and these rooms are public. So think like that, here Deepak is standing, okay, so anybody from here cannot go outside. So what these persons are doing, they are sending request to Deepak, and Deepak is connecting outside world and fetching it and then sending it back to the private subnet. Okay, but directly this person cannot go out, he has to interact to somebody, so he's keeping a proxy here. So in the public subnet there is a proxy. It's not clear?
now it's clear.
No, so Abhishek, can you explain, Deepak, what is happening in your simple sentence?
So basically, whenever a private subnet want to interact with the outside world, the intermediately public subnet will act as a proxy.
No, not public subnet. See,
In public subnet, we have NAT, which will act as a forward proxy.
ha,
Yeah.
okay, and through this proxy, that's the reason that you see that everything is not allowed in our office. Some few things are allowed, few things are not allowed, because it's
Yeah.
getting blocked at this forward proxy level.
Okay.
Okay, got it now? Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Ross.
Okay, so this NAT is working as a forward proxy. Forward proxy means any request which is going forward, it will work as it will intercept, it will either block or either pass it to the internet, correct, and it will get a response and then it will give the response. So that's why it's a forward proxy. So this is the work of a NAT. We will see with demo how to install a NAT, how to configure a NAT, and how to create a public subnet. So with subnet you can just understand it's a group of IP address. Okay, if it's a public we call it a public subnet. If it's in private we will call it as a private subnet. Okay. So what is subnet? Is it clear for everyone? Okay, clear? Why I'm asking, because see the demo is very quick. Okay, so if you'll understand this you'll understand the demo also, otherwise it will be like a very difficult thing to understand. So tell me if it's clear, public subnet, private subnet, clear or not clear?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, anything that you need to understand here you can ask me.
सर जो आउटबाउंड या इनबाउंड रूल्स हम डिफाइन करेंगे वो NAT के अंदर ही करेंगे क्या?
नहीं, NAT is a different thing. We will define it in the security group.
करेक्ट. तो हाँ मतलब सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप के अंदर हम डिफाइन करते हैं ये ध्यान है
So we
मुझे.
will add NAT. So while adding NAT, we will define what is allowed to go out and or not. Okay. So
Okay.
that we'll see. So we will add the configuration here for NAT, but at now in this diagram you won't be able to understand. I will show the demo, so it will be very clear for you.
Okay. Okay.
सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में जो रूल लिखा होता है वो तो जो मतलब रिक्वेस्ट आ रहा होता है उसके लिए होता है, राइट?
No, inbound, outbound, both you can add. Okay, so we'll see that.
क्योंकि मैंने तो पढ़ा है कि इनबाउंड के लिए रूल होता है, वही जब आउटबाउंड जाता है सेम, तो ऑलरेडी मतलब सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में मतलब वो सर्वर नहीं.
No, both we can do. I will show you. Okay.
ओके.
So first thing which I am trying to understand, that subnet is clear for everyone. Subnet is very transparent. There is no doubt in the subnet. Okay, not clear, you can ask me. See, subnet, for now, for your understanding, we all are not working on networking, but for our purpose you can understand it in a simple way, that it's a group of IP address. Okay, so if you have 4 IP address, means you can keep 4 machines there. Okay, and if that IP address belongs to a public, then you can say it's a public subnet. Public subnet means those IP are accessible outside of the VPC. Okay, and private subnet means group of IP addresses which are not accessible outside. Okay, clear?
Yes sir.
Okay, for Deepak, Abhishek, Manoj, everyone clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Roshan.
Okay, thank you very much. So if this is clear, we are good. Now the question is, what is this internet gateway? Any request which will come from outside internet, right? It will come through this internet gateway. Okay, so just like what can go outside, we will configure for this private subnet here. We will also configure in the internet gateway that what can come from outside. Okay, so we'll see that. So now this is clear. Now one thing I want to tell you, that this VPC will be inside a region, right? Inside a, let's say, US East. Okay, so this is like one region. So inside this we will have VPC. Okay, and these subnets can be in 2 availability zone, like this can be in US East 1A, and this can be in US East 1B. Okay, in the same way, this public subnet can be in US East 1A, and this can be in US East 1B. Is it clear now what I am typing here? See, we have already discussed that what is this, what is region and what is availability zone, right? Let's say, okay, just let it make more simple. Okay, instead of US East, if I am typing the region as Mumbai, now you all understood, right? Okay, so for, let's say, for Mumbai, the code is IND East, just for example, correct? So the region is Mumbai. Okay, inside Mumbai there can be multiple data centers. One data center is okay, I don't know more by Mumbai, so I will take it as, let's say, Bangalore. Okay, so in Bangalore, one data center is at Marathalli. Okay, so we'll keep it as this, let's say this area is Marathalli area. Okay, and this area is again Marathali, because we are telling is that AA, both are same. So AA belongs to Marathali and this, let's say, belongs to Kerpuram. Okay. Okay, clear? So now clear what is this region and what is this availability zone? So you have created a VPC where you have this one public subnet in Marathali, one public subnet in Kerpuram, one private subnet in Marathali, and one private in Kerpuram. Is it clear now, architecture?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, so in simple sentence you can understand. Here you have in this public subnet, if let's say that you have 4 IP addresses, so you can say that you are keeping 4 servers here, 4 server here, 4 server here, and 4 server here. So overall you have 16 servers. Okay, in Bangalore. So your region is Bangalore and availability zone is Marathali and Kerpuram. Okay, so now in our use case we will replace Marathali with we will replace Bangalore with this, let's say US East. Okay, and we will replace Marathali with US East 1A. Okay, and we will replace Kerpuram with US East 1B. Clear now? Till here any question? Okay, clear, all clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now in our use case, what we are going to do is we are going to take total 64 IPs. Okay, in our use case, what we will do? We will take total 64 IPs. Okay, and what we will do in this public subnet, we will keep here 16 IPs, here 16, here 16, and here 16. Okay, we will divide it to 16 into 4. Clear? Fine. Okay, see, if you are clear, you just let me know you are clear, because if you are not able to understand and covering the next topic, right, it will be very confusing. That's why I am asking every time you are clear or not clear. So just keep attention and try to understand. Okay, till now clear, Manoj? All clear for you?
Yeah, all clear.
Okay, so now we are going to see the demo. Fine, we'll start now.
Hmm.
See, you can see that this is a diagram here, and I will draw the architecture here, so you will be able to understand both. Fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll go from the scratch. So I'll go to VPC. Okay, virtual private cloud, isolated cloud resource. You can see here definition is attached here. So I'm going to the VPC. So already 2 VPC, one is already available by default. I am creating and I have created one with for my practice. I'm going to create a new VPC. So I'm just typing here create VPC. Okay, so I just need a VPC, so I'll create VPC only. Okay, and the name of my VPC is my VPC, just let's say 2. Okay, and here you can see IPv4 CIDR block. Okay, so this is nothing. CIDR block means you have to, with this you have to find out how to calculate the IP addresses. Okay, let's say that here, just try to understand it. If you understood this, then all will be clear for you. I am typing here 28. Okay, so what will happen is, when I'm creating a VPC, this VPC, so I have to assign IP address to this public subnets, these 2 public subnet and these 2 private subnet also. So overall I am going to have 64 IP address. Okay, so by writing this IPv4 CIDR here, what I am going to tell is what will be the range of IP address which are going to be assigned here. Okay, what will be the range? Okay, so range will start from this, start from 10.0.0.0. okay, that will be the first IP address, and it will go till where, let me open a notepad, sorry, Word document, so that I can explain. So what I am telling is, I am telling you that your IP address, because we need to decide which IP you are going to use, right? So my IP, I am telling you, this is the thing which I am putting here. So what it means? It means that my first IP address will be this one. Okay, it can either be private, it can either be public, but the first IP address will be this one. What will be my second IP address? Second IP address will be this. Okay, third will be this. What will be my 15th IP address? 15th will be 0, starting with 0, so it will be 16th will be 15. Okay, so like that we will be having IPs till 63. Okay, because I am telling you why till 63 only, because here by seeing this you will know that the first IP will be this, means starting from here, okay. Now the question is how to find where it's ending, right? So for that you can see here 28. Okay, so there is a formula that you need to understand, is 32 minus whatever you have written here. Okay, so let's say I'm written 28, so what I will do, or let's say I'm writing 26. Okay, 26 is the right thing. Okay, we'll go with 26. If I'm writing 26, what will happen? 32 minus 26 is equal to 6. Okay, and 2 to the power is that on options to show that power, 1 minute, 2 to the power, okay, just let's say I'm writing here power 6. Okay, so what will be the value? Hmm?
64.
64. So it means that how many, if I'm writing 26 here, how many IPs I am going to take for my VPC? So for in my VPC there will be total 64 IPs. Okay, clear for everyone till here?
Yeah.
Abhishek, Deepak, Manoj, everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now Deepak has to tell me, if I'm writing 28, then how many IPs will be there in my VPC?
The 16 IP.
Okay, fine, 16, because we are subtracting it, so 4 to the power 4, 16, so it will be 16 IPs. Okay, thanks Deepak. Fine. So and what will the starting IP, Deepak?
10.0.0.0.
And what will be the ending IP?
15.
Okay, thank you very much. Now this you understood. Okay, now how to find out the IPs. And the next thing that we are trying to understand here, how to divide that IP into 4 sections. Okay, so what I will do, when I will start creating a subnet, okay, when I will start creating a VPC, I will just use this, okay, as a CIDR block. It means that I am just telling that this VPC will be having total 64 IPs starting from this till here. Okay, so when I'm writing this, what it means, this means this. Is it clear for everyone? Abhishek, is it clear for you?
Yeah, so always we need to subtract from 32 only, right?
Yeah, always.
On that point.
So this, whenever I'm writing this CIDR value as this, what it means that this means that this. Is it clear for everyone?
So that value will go maximum till 32. That where we written 26, it can go maximum till 32, right?
Till now whatever we have used, it can go till 32, but if we can study like more, it's a networking part, maybe we will find more answer, but for our use case always we have to do like that for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So till now it's clear. This line is clear for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next thing is we are going to divide into the subnet. Okay, so let me go back to my screen, and I am dividing here 16. Okay, so this is very clear for everyone, no doubt for anyone. Tenancy will be, we have already discussed about tenancy, we will go with the default one. Okay, because if you are using a default tenancy, later whatever you want, what type of tenancy you want to use, you can use. So we will go with the default one. Okay, and we don't need to use any tag now, and I will just go and create a VPC. So just see the name, or remember the name of our VPC. The VPC name is my VPC2. I am creating it here. Okay, so it's not a default VPC because we have created it. Okay, VPC ID is this one, and the name of VPC is my VPC2. And you can see IPv4. IPv4 means the IP address. It will be always IPv4. We should never go for IPv6 for now for our use case. And this is the IP address. Okay, range of IP address which is showing. Okay, and DNS resolution enabled. Okay, so all these things are good. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create subnets. Okay, so I'll create subnet, and I will, for creating a subnet, first what I need to do, I need to tell the VPC in which VPC I want to create subnet, because this subnet is a part of VPC, correct? Clear for everyone?
Yes.
This subnet is a part of VPC, so I need to select my VPC. So my VPC2 I am selecting. Okay, and in this VPC the IPs can be of this range. So next what I need to do is I want to give the subnet name, so I will give some name so that we can identify subnet P1. I'm just giving like that. P means private, or I can give like PR1, PRV1. Okay, subnet PRV1, and availability zone. Now availability zone means we have created this just like here Virginia, just like Bangalore, we think like Virginia is a region. Okay, so we created this VPC in Virginia region. Now it's asking whether you want this subnet where you want to create. We want to create in Marathal, you want to create in Kiarpuram, or you want to create somewhere else in Bangalore. Okay, so let's say we are choosing US East 1A. Okay, so just relate it with this US East 1A. Okay, and now what I have to tell is I have to tell how many IPs should be there in this private subnet. How many IPs? So what I will do, I will go with 10.0.0.0 and I will write 28 here. Why 28? Because it means that for this private subnet, Deepak, if I am writing 28, how many IPs will be there? Just now you explained.
Yeah, we have to 32 minus 28 4 and yeah.
So
total
IP,
16.
So IP will start from 0 and it will go till 16. Okay, so for this private subnet which is in this region, this availability zone, what will be the IP addresses starting from 0 till 15. Okay, clear for everyone? If not clear, please ask me. Clear? Not
Yeah,
clear?
this is clear that availability zone will come by default, right? No need to give anything from
No, no,
our
no.
side.
There are multiple availability zone, not only Marathali and Kerapuram. There are multiple. So you have to choose which one you want to go.
Like anything specifically we need to choose or anything we can take.
You can choose anything. There is no option. You can choose anything.
Okay, okay.
Technically, you can choose anything. Okay. But I will tell you what to do, what we are doing in our use case. Okay.
So in one region availability zone, it contains 16 IP, right, Rosen?
This availability zone, it will contain 16 IPs. No. See, inside this availability zone, there is a private subnet, and this private subnet you are seeing on my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
And for this private subnet, there will be 16 IPs. Okay, but this availability zone is here also. Okay, so for this availability zone, again there will be 16 IPs, but this IP which we are deciding here only for this private subnet. Okay, which is inside this availability zone. Okay, clear for everyone? Manoj, clear?
Manoj is not here right now.
Okay, so for you, clear, Monica?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understood, right, how we are deciding? So it will go
Yeah.
the IP address, and then what we are going to do is we are going to create it. Okay, so we are creating our first subnet. This is this one. Okay, and we are naming it as SV subnet PRV. For just for understanding, I am typing it here also. This diagram is okay. You just understand the name of this is a private subnet one. Okay, PRV1. Now I'm creating it. Okay, so got created. Now in the same way I'm going to create a second subnet, which is this one. Okay, so I will select my VPC. Okay, and then I will tell my name, so it will be subnet PRV2. Okay, and then availability zone, last time I selected 1A, this time I will select B. Why B? Because if one availability zone is down, the traffic can go to B. So that's why, for keeping balance, let's say in Marathali there is some problem of water logging, then at least let's say for Karapuram, if it's Karapuram, it's good, your traffic can be routed to this. That's why we do it in a different way. Okay, now I have to tell from where it should start. So what I will do, already we have used till 15, so now I should start with 16, right? Is it clear why I'm putting 16 there?
Yeah.
And now again I will put 28. Just that, so that you can use the next 16 IPs. Okay? Clear, Abhishek, for you?
Yes.
Okay. Aruna, for you, clear?
Yes, sir. I was also doing simultaneous hands-on with this, and I came to know कि इसमें जो रेंज है IPv4 CIDR ब्लॉक का वो सिर्फ 16 से 28 है. तो एक्चुअली उसका मैक्सिमम जो होगा वो 2 to the power 32 की जगह सिर्फ 2 to the power 16 अवेलेबल है.
Acha, we'll see that. For now, I'm creating the second subnet. Okay. So it got created. Quickly, I'll create third subnet also. And this is my public subnet. Okay. So I will give name like subnet public 1, and now what I'm going to give the IP address, I'll give like 10.0.0.0.32, because 16 range already I have used till 16 to 31 already I have used, so I will give now 32, and again I will write here 28. Okay, so this is my public, and I will choose it in A. Okay, this is A, so public subnet I am creating now this one. creating subnet. Third one, what is this? Must valid. What is wrong in this? Acha, one extra zero is there. Okay, so now we are creating the fourth subnet. This is this one. Okay, selecting my VPC, subnet public, public 2, and then I will go down. I will select B here, B, because these both are B in B Kerpuram, so this is B and B. Okay, and then I will give here IP address 10.0.0 dot, and we have already used from 32 to 47, so I will now give 48, so it will go till 64. Okay, so that's all, and I'm creating my fourth subnet. So we created VPC, we created the fourth subnet also. Okay, so now you can go to the VPC, and you can see what you can see here. My VPC 2, this is the one which we created, and these are the subnets which we have. So 1 minute, let me increase the size of this. So you can see the subnets which we have created: subnet PBL1, PBL2, PRV1 and PRV2. Okay, so you can see the 4 subnets, right? This and this. Others I have created for other demo, so just ignore it for now. Okay, and you can see in which zone it was created and all the other details you can see. Let me make it full screen. Okay, now it's clear. Now you are able to see that. Okay,
So एक डाउट था, हम लोगों ने जो सबनेट्स डिवाइड किए थे वो 16 IPs ईच के लिए किए थे, बट यहाँ पे जो दिखा रहा है अवेलेबल IPs उसमें सिर्फ 11 दिखा रहा है.
हाँ, क्योंकि 5 IP जो होता है ना वो यूज होता है इसके AWS यूज करता है for other purpose. Okay, you will search on Google, it will show you that it is getting used for other purpose, so it's always happens. Okay,
so वो रिजर्व रहता है.
हाँ, वो रिजर्व रहता है. Those are reserved IPs. Okay, for all the subnet you will see only 11. Okay, or I can tell you, I have that somewhere written. Okay, for what purpose? But it's a reserved IP for some purpose which AWS is using. Okay.
रोशन, वन क्वेश्चन है, जैसे एक सबनेट में हम लोग जैसे 26 डालें और एक सबनेट में we have to give the some other value like 28, then what happens in that case?
You can do that. It's your choice. You can like, it's not fixed like every subnet is having should have fixed number of IPs. It can vary. Okay. So there is one more concept that is called route table. Okay. So what happens is, for each VPC there will be a route table by default created. Okay. So let me scroll right, if I can scroll. So see, this is the, what is the name? Okay, so this is the VPC which I created. Okay, and for this VPC you can see there is a route table. Route table means what? Route table is a table where you can attach your subnet. Okay, based on that table you can understand what is a public subnet and what is a private subnet. Okay, so route table is just a table. For each VPC there will be at least one route table. Okay, but in our use case we will create 2 route tables. Okay, and in that route table what you are going to do, you are going to associate your subnets to that. Okay, so let's say that this is the route table and this is the one which got created for our VPC. Okay, VPC 2. So what I'm going to do is I am going to name it as my VPC to route table, okay, so that we can identify. Okay, and then I will create one more route table. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to associate with this route table subnet association. Okay, so here I will associate. See, these are the four subnets which I have created. Okay, so I am going to associate this one. This is my VPC route table. So I am going to assign the public subnet to this. So edit subnet association, there is an option, and both public PBL2 and PBL1 I will assign to that route table, save association. Okay, so in that route table we have associated our two subnets. You can see here. Now this is clear. I'm going a little bit quick because it's already going to be 9 and we have less time. So it's clear, route table? Not clear, please let me know.
Yeah.
Deepak,
I have doubt. What is the use of route table?
So this route table you will attach your subnet. Okay, based on that you will understand the flow of the traffic. Okay, which subnet, because see, you named it as a public and private subnet, but just by naming it will not behave as a public and private, right?
Yes.
So route table will help in configuring that. That's why. Okay. So this is our one route table which we created, and I'm going to create a second route table. So see, this is my VPC2 route table, and this is a private one. Okay, I'm just giving name as PRV. Okay, so selecting my VPC2, and then I'm creating it. Okay, so I created it. So I created a new now I have to associate the subnets to it. Okay, so what I will do, all the private one I will associate with this second route table. So I'm going a little bit fast. I hope it's clear for everyone. So what I did now, Abhishek, it's clear for you?
Yeah.
What I'm doing, can you explain me?
So we created two routes. One is for public, one is for private. So that it will come like how it is going to be
like
public.
It's a configuring, like which one can, how the public subnet should behave as a public and how the private will behave as a private. So all those configurations route table will help. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what I did, I associated two subnets to the one route table and two subnets to the other route table. Okay, but still we have not added any rules to that. So where we are going to add rule, so we'll see now. Okay, so if you go in the routes, you can see here destination and all. See, this is the route. For the route means which traffic will come to this subnet. Okay, so it's not showing any information like which traffic will come. If we'll go to the second route now, there also you will not see any information. So what we need to do, we need to now create an internet gateway. Okay, so we'll create internet gateway. Okay, so I'm creating an internet gateway, and my internet gateway VPC2. Okay, for VPC2 I'm creating this internet gateway. Okay, so I just created it, and then after creating, what will happen, I have to this I created for 1 minute. What I'm creating I will show you here. This internet gateway now I am creating. Okay, clear? So the internet gateway I am creating, which is this one, this part. Okay, and now I have to attach this to the VPC. Okay, so what I will do, action attach to VPC. I will attach it to my VPC2. Okay, so attach this internet gateway. Now you can think like your this architecture is done. This subnet created, this internet gateway created and attached to this VPC. Now this NAT is pending. Okay, clear till here, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next thing is we need to create a NAT gateway. Okay, so I'm creating NAT gateway here. So NAT gateway is there by default one. I am going to create a new one. Okay, create NAT gateway. My NAT gateway for VPC 2. Okay, selecting subnet. So NAT gateway should be in the public subnet. So now I have to see this is my public subnet 2B. So let's say I'm creating it in this public subnet. This is the one which I created now, not this one, right? Subnet PLB1 and PLB2 I created. Okay, so let's say I will go with this. Okay, in this subnet I am creating a NAT gateway. It should be in the public one always. Okay, and it has to assign a elastic IP. Elastic IP already we have discussed in our previous lecture. Okay, you can see that in our recording. Okay, so now that's all. I am creating a NAT gateway. So NAT gateway is done. Okay, now come back to the route table. When I'm coming back to the route table, see, for my VPC2 I created this route table, and for my VPC2 I have two route tables. Now I'm going to this route table and I'm telling any subnet which is in this route table, like both the subnets which are in this route table should be have as a public subnet. So how it will behave as a public subnet? I'll go to routes and I will allow all the public traffic. I will allow all the public traffic for this. Okay, so what I will do, I will write anything and I will choose internet gateway. So it will show my internet gateway for VPC2. It is showing here added. So what I am allowing, so anything which is in that route table, any subnet which belongs to that route table, okay, for that we have set up a rule that all IPs from the outside can send request. Is this clear for everyone? That's why those subnets are called public subnets. Clear, not clear?
या क्लियर रोशन वन थिंग अगर आप राउट टेबल का जो भी सबनेट है वो अगर प्राइवेट है और अगर आप उसको रूल्स आप दे देते हो कि वो बिहेव लाइक ए पब्लिक
then it will start behaving like a public. It will start behaving like public.
Okay.
Because till now we have just given the name, but for now only we are configuring it as a public. Okay.
सर एक डाउट था यहाँ पे, हम टारगेट में क्या देते हैं?
कहाँ पे टारगेट है? हाँ, टारगेट में हम लोगों ने इंटरनेट गेटवे दिया ना यहाँ पे.
इंटरनेट गेटवे. ओके ओके.
So if you want to make it public, choose 00 here and then give internet gateway here.
Okay, so 00 is pattern for any incoming network traffic.
Any. Now again I will go back to my route tables and I will choose the private one, which is private for me. So this is the one. Now for private, what I will do, private only incoming is allowed, right? So I will edit it, and for incoming what we need to do, we can allow everything for now. Incoming, this is incoming, as you can think like as inbound. Okay, so now we'll see NAT gateway because we have created a NAT gateway already. So what this rule will do, it will allow any traffic from you can send any request from your private to outside IPs. Okay, and that outside IP can be anything. Okay, so here we are adding a NAT gateway. So what NAT gateway will do, it will allow to send request to outside internet to any IP address. Is it clear? Not clear?
The destination means input coming to.
No, see here, this diagram. Okay, see NAT, what it will do here, this is the NAT. So this is the NAT we are configuring. Okay.
Now we are doing for private, right?
For private I am configuring this NAT. For private I am setting up the rule. So what rule I am setting, that this private will interact only through the NAT.
Yeah.
So in NAT what rule I am setting, and from this private you can send to NAT, and NAT will allow any IP address. That's why I am putting 000.
Okay, so for private, NAT is the target, and okay, I got it.
Okay, so private NAT is the target, and then from net everything is allowed, means nothing is getting blocked at net. But if let's say I am blocking some IP address of some site which I don't want to allow, then there that I need to add there.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'll add here some IP address from your machine, you won't be able to access that IP machine. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am saving it. So this is the now everything we have created. Okay, now we created NAT, we created these subnets, we created VPC, we created internet gateway, everything we created. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to create a EC2 instance in our VPC. Okay, and we will show a demo that yes, our EC2 instance is accessible from outside. Okay, so this is the last demo for today. We have a lot of things to cover, but yeah, for now with this demo we'll stop today. Okay, so I'm launching a new instance, so you'll all know very well how to EC2 for my VPC 2. Okay, and I'm giving this name, this is just a name, you can type anything. Okay, now what I'm doing is I am choosing my default available, and then here everything is fine. Then in the instance type is fine. I am creating I don't need a key pair for now. Okay, I will go with the proceed without a key pair. I don't want a key pair now, that demo will take later. Okay, now it's telling select a VPC. Okay, so VPC we have to select our own VPC. Okay, not the default one. So we created this VPC. Okay, so now EC2 instance we will create that will go inside this VPC. Okay, and we also need to select subnet. So you can see always it's showing subnet PBL1, the public one. Okay, and auto assign public IP that we have to enable here, and security group, create security group, that is fine. Security group name 6, and then sorry, in the security group just like firewall, what we can do, we are assigning this, and then we can assign this, and then we can add 00, and then what is the port, custom, no custom, let me make it anywhere. Okay, this is just like adding a security group which we have already done in our previous demo. Okay, so add security group rule, here you can add a TCP. It is showing 1 minute, it's showing HTTP. I will take HTTP and port number 80. Okay, source type anywhere. So what I'm doing is, in my thing I am allowing all the traffic, HTTP traffic, to come, so that like we can interact with the HTTP, like I'm allowing all IPs, okay, to access our instance on the port 80. Okay, on the port, any server which is running in our EC2 instance should be accessible from outside. That's the rule I added here. Okay, HTTP protocol, using HTTP protocol, anyone is accessing our instance, they should be able to access only on port 80. Okay, this is the rule which I set there. Okay, now going next, and then network interface and all, that's not our use for now, we'll see that later, and other things will remain same. In the advanced detail, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some script so that we will know that our things are working. So let me go here, document, AWS code, EC2, and then I am selecting this and I am pasting it here. Okay, so I'm launching this instance now. Okay, so instance got launched. Now what I need to do is I need to go and see the instance. Where is that instance? Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'll select this, and then you can see the IP address which is assigned to this instance is this, which is in the range which we have defined. You can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you okay, so you can understand, right? It should be in the public IP in the third subnet. It is in the third subnet, right? First, second, we created third one, and then the fourth one. So it belongs to this area. So which location it will be deployed now? It will be in our Marathalli public area, correct? See, if you see this diagram, we assigned 0 to 15 here, 16 to 32 here, 31 here, 32 to 47 here, correct? And then 48 to 64 here. So it's went to this location, right? Okay, you can relate it. Okay, for now. So now the last purpose that we are going to show is we are going to show that it's accessible. So if you see the details here, this is our VPC which we created, my VPC2. Okay, and the subnet is the subnet PBL1, the one which we created. So it's our VPC, it's our subnet. We are not using the default one. Okay, so that's what I was trying to show. And the IP address is also ours. The public one will not be ours. Okay, public one will be auto assigned. And then if I click it, the endpoint should come up. If you should see something, but it will take 1 minute at least. I don't know why it is taking time, but it is taking time. Let me copy this directly, and then let me open it here. HTTP. Okay, it's working. So see, you can see your IP address, right? This is the IP address of the machine. Okay, clear? Clear for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we did in this demo, can somebody conclude it in another 2-3 minutes? It was little bit difficult, I can understand, but I hope you all should understand now. You can see the recordings. So can somebody summarize what we did? Deepak, can you summarize?
First of all, you have to create the VPN. Then after that, you created the
VPC we created.
VPC. Then you created the subnet for subnet. Then you are describe the how will connect to the how to send the request to the NAT to the proxy server, and after that. You have configure attach the some things I don't remember.
Route tables and other things.
Okay. Route.
So
table.
what we did is basically is what we discussed here. We just did the same thing. We discussed here, right, and we covered everything. So now I created a EC2 instance. So EC2 instance I created. You can think like here. Okay, for just for example, let's say I'm taking this container. No, this is a big size. Okay, let's say this is a virtual machine. So I created a EC2 instance here, which is running now. Okay, and this is the person who is sending the request from the browser. So it's coming through this internet gateway and it's hitting here. Okay. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Deepak, is clear for you? We created EC2 here. That's all. Okay, fine. Hope you all understood. If not, please go through the recordings. Okay.